You know, I could probably make a rocket launcher out of stuff that we have right here at the house.
You are not allowed to make rockets in the shed, Max. We had this conversation before. Nothing that explodes or has fire on it.
You don't let me have any fun.
No.
I never have any fun.
Well, hello, Glue Troopers. Max of Max's Model Series. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Where to begin? We went to Hobby Lobby to stock up on a few supplies. I grabbed one of these model mats to see how that worked out, and so far it's working out kind of nice. Really nothing special, but it does have a couple of little places to put things that has helped out a little bit with some organization. Also picked up one of the selfie round lamps that you use when you're doing podcasting and stuff. See if I can get a little bit better lighting in here. We'll see how that works on the live stream tomorrow. Maybe get a little bit better lighting. So the supplies we stocked up on were mostly greenery and stuff like that. And for the display for the diorama of Major Plouscat's Kubelwagen crash, working on the little French Catholic shrine, farmer's shrine that he slammed into, and also made the back convertible, folded up convertible top for the Kubelwagen. Made use of a wire and then paper, and pretty straightforward. You're not going to see much of it because it's largely covered in smoke and flame, which brings us to the flame I was making out of the orange clear and the resin epoxy. It's a lot of the bigger ones, as I suspected, are still kind of gooey because it's just so much. It's going to take several days for that to harden. A few of the smaller ones I was able to play with and stretch them and everything, so that'll be okay once it all gets done. And of course, I got to work on the Corsair. I basically got it completed, had it all masked and everything. What I decided to do was go ahead. I needed the navy blue. And the only blue I had was blue, and it looked like it was a shade too light. I looked up how you make navy blue. You had 1 part black to 3 parts blue, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try a little experiment. I'm going to prime it in black and then just put the blue over it and see if that works. And color-wise, it actually came out really dark navy blue. It went from too light to too dark just by putting it over the black base. And of course I primed it and everything first in gray, and there was a lot of puttying that had to be done. Those seams on that top section just were yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So once I got that done, got it sanded down and looking pretty good, then primed it in the gray and the black, and then we went ahead and started putting the blue over that once it hardened. Now that was a black semi-gloss lacquer coat that I covered with blue airbrushed acrylic, and we seemed to get I guess you would call it sort of an orange peel finish. I wasn't real happy with the finish. I clear coated it when it was done and it looked a little better, but I don't know. I don't think it's reaction to the paint. I kept adjusting the pressure on the spray gun to try and get it to smooth out. Maybe I didn't have the mix quite right. A little disappointed in that, but fortunately, one of the advantages of a darker color, especially after clear coating it, is once you get the decals on it, and it should be look a lot better. But I mean, it's a little 172 scale Corsair. I'm only going to go so far with it, but I used the that Aztec putty to get the plug all the doors and everything, and of course I'd mask the canopy, and it came out okay. And then of course did the prop. It was already painted black, so masked it off, used the airbrush to get the yellow tips. And then while I was doing that, the stuff I'd made for the Kubelwagen was hardening, so I started putting it in place, started working on the diorama, just kind of positioning a few things, see how they're going to look. And not real happy with, I mean, glad the seams sealed up, but not real happy with the finish of the paint. And at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, well, kind of serves me right. I probably should have just gone ahead and mixed the blue the way they said to do it. I mean, the experiment worked in that it definitely darkened the shade of blue, actually more than I intended it to. That's not really what I found disappointing. What I found disappointing was the finish. I'm just not exactly sure. I have to do a little research to see why that orange peeled so much. Or I guess you'd call it orange peel. But the good thing is from just a little bit of distance, and I tend to look at my models from at least 3 feet away, it doesn't look horrible. But when you shine the light on or get close, it's pretty obvious. But, that's model building. I also hung up the JetBlue Newport balsa kit that was given to me as a gift for my retirement in the office today. And that was kind of what we do. We had a lot of other things going on. So that's where we're at for right now. Corsair is coming along. Once I get all the decals on and everything on it, it'll look okay at a distance. But up close, you really are going to notice that finish. And, oh, well, we got a lot of other projects waiting. So sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you. Oh, yeah, there's one other little thing. My wife may not let me make explosives in the TARBIS, but she did order me a new air conditioner today. Hallelujah. All right, live stream tomorrow night, 7 p.m. East Coast time. You guys take care of yourselves. We'll talk at you later. And as always, model on. Work. I am working. Work harder.